Welcome back to ARC Salt Lake, where we cover authentic, relevant, and community stories. And a story affecting a lot in the community. No joke, many people right now are struggling with debt. The average American has about $9,000 in credit card debt. That's the average. Also, Gen X is having the hardest time paying it off, next to Gen Zers and baby boomers. Well, we have Jenny Groberg here, a financial expert, in studio with us this morning. And a little bird told us you managed to pay off $250,000 in student loans.
That is true, in 2 years.
In about 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we need to learn all your secrets.
Yeah, okay, so we're lateraling.
How did you do that, though?
That was student loans.
Yeah.
So between my husband and myself, he went to medical school. We had $250,000. Obviously, he had the bulk of that.
Yeah.
He worked with a doctor who said, I've been in practice 15 years and I've just now paid down what I initially borrowed.
Oh my goodness.
So he was treating it like a home loan, right? And that really scared me when Darren told me that. And I said, we're not doing that. We are just going to buckle down and get this paid off as soon as possible.
So what did you do? Did you just pare down everything?
So we just kept living like residents.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we
That's
didn't
great.
upgrade our cars. We didn't go on vacations, expensive vacations. We went camping or whatever.
Sure.
I didn't spend money on nicer clothes or food. And we kept that lifestyle. And then as our income went up, we just kept putting all of that towards our debt. I didn't think it would go as fast as it did, but we had them paid off in 2 years.
It can add up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have had to go into credit card debt the past few years. I mean, it's been rough with inflation the way it's been. People have started putting things on credit cards. So today we're going to be talking about credit card debt and how we pay it off. But first of all, just tell us a little bit about this credit card debt
How
that Americans
big of an issue is it?
Okay, it's a huge issue. So pre-pandemic, we had about, as a country, about $917 billion of credit card debt.
Okay.
Right now, the national average is $1.14 trillion. So when you're talking about Elon Musk having $1 trillion.
He can't even quite pay that.
No, that's how much the country has in credit card debt. So
lot.
it's a huge issue.
So just economic issues kind of drove that up. And the
so.
pandemic, we can blame everything on the pandemic.
I know. I think it's costs rising. I think it's interest rates rising. I think it's people. Spending is emotional. Spending is rarely an issue of income. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes you can lose your job. But this perpetuating this debt cycle, I think this is an emotional issue that people kind of need to dial in.
Okay.
You know, what does that look like? How much am I spending? People don't even know how much they're spending. I overheard someone say, my food is more expensive because I have dietary issues. I don't even look. And I kept thinking, that's scary.
You've got to look.
You got to look. It's okay, and you need to budget that in, but you need to be aware of how much you're spending.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say that somebody has that $9,000 or $10,000 in credit card debt, which is the average right now, and they're thinking, okay, I want to be like you, Jenny. I want to buckle down and pay this off. Let's talk about how people start that process.
Okay, so my recommendation would be to switch immediately to a debit card.
Okay, no more credit card. Just cut them up.
I never use my debit card.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But when I was
use mine all the
budgeting, when you're trying to buckle down and get your debts paid off, you should use a debit card.
Debit card.
Because people will overspend by 80% when they use their credit card.
Because you're pushing it down the road. You're like,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
have to
pushing it
pay
down the
Kicking the
road.
can.
You don't
Yeah.
feel that sting immediately like you do with the debit card,
comes out
right?
of
The
the checking
debit card,
account.
you're checking your account daily. What does this look like? How much am I spending? Am I going to overdraft? So you need to be using a debit card.
Okay.
So if you, and just on the whole, if you just want to save more money, you should switch to a debit card. So that would be my first recommendation.
Debit
Okay,
card.
that's interesting.
No credit card, just debit card.
Have you ever gone shopping or bought something on Amazon and you think, I'm just going to buy 2 because I can just return whatever I don't use?
Yes.
Right?
And then
You're
don't
not
return
filling it. Sometimes you don't return it. Sometimes you forget about it. And then you just end up with 2 items instead of 1 versus if you're using a debit card and you go to purchase something, you're going to fill it immediately and you're going to be more careful and think twice before you buy
great
everything.
idea.
Yeah. Okay, so you said step number 2 after we start using the debit card and not the credit cards is?
So step number 1 is use the debit card. Step number 2 is pay more than the minimum balance.
Okay.
So in Utah, the average credit card holder has about $5,500 in debt.
Okay.
So I was kind of crunching the numbers. What does that look like? That means per year you're going to spend about $1,300 in interest.
Oh my gosh.
So So
That's crazy.
it's
You're
crazy.
You're throwing that down the down the drain.
$115 a month in interest. It's the cost of a credit card is so expensive. The national average interest rate is 25%. So to pay off $5,500, you're looking at a payment of about $450 a month just in principal, about $120 in interest.
Okay.
Okay, so if you get a side hustle, if you get a little side job, you can easily get that paid off in a year.
Just drive an Uber or something like
Drive
that.
an Uber, get a work from home, work 8 hours roughly a week, but you have to be intentional. So second would be to pay more than the minimum amount.
Okay. Pay small debts first, right?
And then the third step
Yeah.
would be to pay your small debts, get those paid off, and then keep using that money and then roll into the next biggest
So let's
step.
give an example on this. Say you've got a credit card that's got like $500 on it and another credit card that has $2,000 on it. You would pay the one that has $500 on it
off.
first.
Yep.
And then once we're done paying that one off, then we move all that money to the next
Right.
one? Is that
Uh-huh.
okay?
Yeah,
So it's sort
Okay.
of snowballing.
exactly.
Okay.
What about automatic payments?
Set up an auto payment on all of your credit cards. And I would say, there's this catch of, hey, well, this credit card, I get a reward for, I have one. I have a Marriott credit card. Oh, I get a free Marriott stay,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my Amex, I get miles or
Yes.
whatever. Well, the Marriott card, when I go to use it, oftentimes I can't use it for a certain hotel, or I don't have enough points, or it's way more than I think. So you have this dangling carrot of, yes, these rewards are so valuable, and they're not.
Okay.
So get rid of the extra credit cards that you have. If you
Okay.
have a business, yes, keep your business credit card. Keep that separate, but personally, keep a credit card for an emergency if you have one, but otherwise be using your debit card.
Okay.
And then I think the last thing, just throw any excess income at debt.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, if you have a side hustle, maybe a tax return, those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you have a tax return coming and you know it's coming, put that towards your credit card debt. Don't forego the trips. Have the long game in mind. It might hurt just in the short term, but you can still do really fun things. It's a mindset. It's the mindset of, I'm going to actually save myself $1,300 this year in interest.
That's fantastic.
It's hey, I'm going to go on this trip instead of this trip, and then I'm going to not have that crushing weight and stress of this debt on me.
Yeah, you'll be able to sleep better at night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
It
Yeah.
can be
Okay.
such a burden.
Thank you
Debt,
so much, Jenny.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
thanks
me.
so much. It's great information.
Thank you.